Welcome, welcome. It's November 2024, and I am Trisha Broderick with Ignite Insight and Innovation, wondering where all the time is going. So, welcome, welcome. Today's topic, I go live first Friday of every month, and so far I've been able to be very consistent about that. I'm very impressed with myself but now that I said it out loud, it means the next ones are all going to be chaotic and crazy, but regardless, so far I have been consistent and going with it. So today's topic is just ways to celebrate people. I'm actually coming off of a couple conferences, and I've gotten a fill of people engagement, and as this extreme extrovert, happy soul, even lost my voice. Like, in fact, I may still cough or crack. It's still coming back to me right now, but it's just ways to celebrate people and different things that you can do, because it's November, it's appreciation, it's about that kind of stuff. So I thought I'd share a couple of things that I enjoy doing. I try and do, probably don't do it as much as I should. Like, I actually got called out. This wasn't on my notes, unscripted, but I actually got a happy boss, or a boss's appreciation card. I have not been anybody's boss in several years. And he sends me a boss's card like every year. He's just a kind soul. But it made me actually stop and go, hey, who should I send a card to? And in my head, I went, who should I send a card to next October? And then another colleague of mine's like, why wait? And I was like, oh my gosh, that's brilliant. So one of my action items later today is going to be going and getting a series of cards to send out to a couple people that I'm just grateful for and do it. And it feels very, I know some of you newer people are like, oh, it's so like old school, but it's lovely. It's lovely to have, this little card. Oh, it's kind of green, so it's hard to see, right? But that actually looks pretty cool like that. But I enjoy it. It makes me happy that somebody would take the time. It feels more than one of those like quick thanks and then you walk on by. It's kind of like those, hey, how are you? And you don't actually wait for the answer. So having something like this is just, it's lovely, and I'm grateful for it. And so it's a little way to celebrate people in doing that. So whether you actually go and get a physical card or you just write a little note. I was at a conference, the WICT conference this week, check it out. And a speaker got up and she was just phenomenal. And she came back to the table, and I happened to be at the table with her. And all I had was one of those like little under your glass napkins. But I just wrote on the napkin, like, thank you. You renewed my hope, and gave a little bit of an appreciation. And I passed that napkin right over to her, fully expecting her just to read it. And she did. She smiled. Because we didn't want to interrupt what was continuing to go on, right? But it was a little note. And then she folded that napkin up and put it in her bag, right? And so it is these little, just taking the moment to write that down. I have another friend who loves writing thank you notes, and I'm not as good about that, but it is showing extra effort, and that little bit of notes makes a difference. I once learned the thank you notes that Esther Derby used to do this in the Agile Alliance conferences, and then I followed suit. I wrote thank you notes to every speaker, every track chair, anybody that was working on those things. I would write a little thank you note to them. And it takes so little on my part, but can make such a big difference for somebody. Somebody got a handmade Halloween card this year. Oh, I love it. I didn't even know they made Halloween cards. So look at that. I love it. With this. Okay, so that's a long drawn out tip number one, but it has many facets to it. Tip number two, ways to celebrate people. Find opportunities. And this sounds a little bit weird, but I saw somebody speak at a conference and I really liked what she did. And I gave her feedback. I appreciated her and things like that. And then when a new opportunity came to where I could put a speaker onto the program, I gave her name. Like, I created an opportunity. If there are ways that somebody can feel like their effort has been seen, but also rewarded in getting new experiences, new challenges, new situations. Super powerful in a way, a super powerful way to celebrate somebody, to recognize and appreciate them. And so I try to look for opportunities. I try to find different things that somebody might enjoy or somebody might want. Even if they don't take the opportunity, sometimes just offering it is valuable to that individual, feeling seen and heard and recognized and appreciated. So look for different opportunities that someone might benefit from, and make that connection, make those alignments, make those situations happen. Oh yes, steal the thank you tips. I just got a comment in stealing that tip. Fantastic. Steal it. I love it. And there's the cough. Sorry. I thought maybe I'd make it, given that it's only like 10-minute video, but we'll see. As an extrovert, losing your voice is just horrific. It is like just so sad. So it's coming back. It's coming back. And then the third tip that I highlighted is actually just asking people how they want to be celebrated. This is one I am not very good at. I will own it. It is my challenge to myself constantly, but how I like to celebrate may not be how somebody else likes to celebrate. May not be. Maybe somebody else wants a book sent to them, or wants just a private email. Somebody else might want a LinkedIn post of recommendations. Somebody else might want something, right? Ask people how they like to celebrate, so that when you do need to celebrate them later, you can actually do it in the way that they will get the most from, not just what you will. And the more proactive you are about that, like not in the moment, like, I would like to celebrate you. How would you like that done? Can feel a little weird or feel a little odd. And so, do it earlier, like whether it's in your team charters, whether it's in working agreements, whether it's just a one-on-one that you're having, just make an effort to kind of understand how people like to celebrate. How some might be like, let's head to that bar. I would like a tequila drink, right? Different things, right? Yeah, introverts in quiet celebrations. Just make sure to talk with different people about what fuels and energizes them most, because that's why you're trying to celebrate, is to re-energize them, right? And you need to know what energizes them. Maybe it is an afternoon off. Maybe it's whatever. I don't know, right? Like, and that's the thing, is you don't know. So ask people, talk with people, and do it proactively, like more so than just even in the moment in that situation. So those are my 3 tips for celebrating people, and what that looks like as we're heading into the month of appreciations and gratitude for November. What do I have coming up? I'm coming off a whirlwind of conferences. October was a lot of amazing conferences, just wonderful, wonderful jobs done across the board. What do I have coming up? I am doing my second women's leadership retreat, but it is sold out. So I do that once a year right now, and the next one will be next December with things. I do have. The other classes are all done. Oh, the other class is not till January, but it is my next impactful training and speaking course. So it's for leaders talking about how to make an impact in what you're saying, so that you don't have to keep repeating yourself, that you don't have to always be the person that's, with all the knowledge. Also, that you can motivate, that you can inspire, that you can have make a difference in your delivery with things. So I run that course. It's 2 days, and I'm doing that, the next one in January. I only do that course once or twice a year publicly. So and I know that there's already a couple people signed up. So if you're interested in that, check that out. If you're having a hardship and would like to check that out, please shoot me a message. Let me know. I try and do as much as I can to pay it forward in the community and help as much as I can. And so let me know, and I'll see what I can do for those. Other than that, I do not have any conference. Like, I'm done with conferences for aside from my own retreat for the rest of this year. I am starting to get some conference responses, but nothing that I can announce yet for 2025. And it just feels crazy that I'm already talking about 2025. But that is the reality. So thanks for spending the afternoon with me. Go out, celebrate some people, and I'll see you next month. Bye.